Go to the top one. Go to the top.
All right.
Right there.
So we good.
And we are good. Let me research.
So how do we started? Is it a countdown? Oh, it was already live.
Okay, there we go. I'll see you right here.
Hey everybody, this fella and my cousin Mo came to get an interview in with me. And if people who don't know me, I'm an independent. I was supporting Bernie. Yeah, and I'm still supporting Bernie, but times is hard out here. So let me get straight to the interview with my cousin Mo.
Okay, all right.
Well-known Trump supporter. All right. I just want to ask you a couple questions based on what's going on in the media right now.
Okay.
Fake news.
Yeah, you're right about that.
How about you tell me what have Trump done for the United States of America? I just need two things that he done for us.
What he have done for the United States of America, he have put our country first. What he did with the travel ban, and he showed he loved his country, and prison reform.
Okay.
Right there.
You talking about the First Step Act?
First Step Act. He have done that,
okay.
And I know you could sit up there and say you probably gonna sit up there.
No, that's federal. He did a good job.
Okay, you probably gonna sit up there and say what I'm about to say. You probably gonna blame this on Obama, but lowest black unemployment.
No, I am interviewing you on your facts.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not rebuttaling you or nothing.
Oh, okay. He had the lowest black unemployment in the history of our country, and things have shaken up. Ford have gotten their jobs back in Michigan. You coming from Detroit,
but for the record, it has been going down, but it's still been going down. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go up, but it's been going down. Okay. So that's the record. Not saying Obama did anything, but under Trump's watch, Donald Trump's watch, it has been declining. Okay. Can you agree to that?
Could I agree with that? Under Trump's watch? Yes. But it wasn't his fault.
No. Talking about the jobs. The jobs. The unemployment been going down. But since the pandemic, unemployment hit all high because only the pandemic. If the pandemic didn't happen, it will still be going down instead of up.
And that was the Democrats' fault right there.
Oh. I'm gonna let him get a pass on that.
It was the Democrats'
because it's not a debate right now. He trying to pull me in right now.
No, I'm not trying to pull you in. But it was the Democrats' fault.
All right. Give me one besides the answer you gave me with the First Step Act that he done something positive for the black community.
What he have done positive? He have done many things for the black community. He have,
100%.
He have showed people. Now, what I'm saying is, he have put our country first. Everything first. He stood up stand up for the American flag. He stood up for that. And the wall is almost finished. And he is putting our American citizen first.
Okay.
Our American citizen first, which Obama deported more illegals than anybody, but he is putting our country first. When we signed the deal, Buy American, Hire American, he have done that. He's about, everything I heard that Trump done, everything that I seen Trump did is very patriotic.
Okay. So let me ask you about these scandals that's surrounding Trump and his cabinet. The first one is that recently came out. I guess the Washington Post posted that Trump has only paid $750 during the 2018 tax year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about him paying less than you and me for federal taxes?
How I feel that he don't owe nobody shit. And that's them putting that out there that he put 700. That he 700, and something is wrong with that picture. A billionaire that came with only 700, and I mean the math. I want to get more into details with that.
No. I can't me personally, I feel that the math is not. It ain't adding up because how you making millions and millions of dollars?
Yeah. Because paying
only $750.
Do you think Trump know better to go ahead and put $700 to show it to make himself look like an ass? One thing I do know about President J. Trump, he would not make himself look like an ass. on social media, on the fake news period.
Well, all right, that scandal. What about the scandal that he downplayed the pandemic? And he, even though it came out his mouth that say he downplayed it and he want to keep downplaying it. How do you feel about that? And do you think that's the best choice that he made at that time?
Like what did he downplay? I mean,
well, basically he said to us, the public, that it's gonna go away. It's only gonna have 15 cases and it's gonna go away by the summer, and it ain't that serious. But then
you're talking on the Biden talking points.
No, it might be Biden talking points, but most of these points,
but it's not.
Most of the talking points came out his mouth. I mean, a video shows President Trump saying these things.
Yes, he did say that.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is when he said to the journalist that interviewed him, that wrote that book, he wanted to downplay it. He also said that he didn't want to cause a chaos in the United States.
Likewise?
What's going on likewise? That's what, even though Trump did say he wanted to downplay it, I give him respect because he didn't want to
You want him to come up, send a link.
Where's the
go to invite right there at the bottom.
Invite.
Copy link to keyboard and put that in the chat room. That's so simple. You're gonna be like this. Yeah, you're gonna be like this. 3 hours a piece of cake. Right there. That's it.
All right. So I feel that he did the right thing as far as he didn't tell American people that how bad it was, but since he knew how bad it was, he should have been like to us as Americans to take precautions on the pandemic, since he knew how bad it was. He didn't want to scare us, and I understand he didn't want to scare the population.
They go backstage. You got to go back. You got to go down, hit add stream, and right there. Or you can press up there. Yeah, you can press up to how you want to go up.
Okay.
Right there. You can do it like this. Hit that. Whatever how you want to do it.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right, we got Likewise.
What's going on, Likewise?
Chilling, man. What's up with y'all?
All right.
Chilling.
Yeah,
Video on the channel right here.
The thing is with Trump is that people have to remember how old he is, and that like older people, particularly like people in their 60s and 70s, like they still view the world a lot different than what we do. You know what I mean? Like he's old school, so smoking on a plane may be cool, still okay with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, of course he's gonna say, "Oh, it's a virus, it's gonna blow over." Like they're gonna look at the world differently. I don't care how astute and how articulate he is. He's still in his 70s, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to think 40 years ago, 50 years ago, he was still running around like doing stuff like as an adult. His mind, he could tell you what was going on in the 50s and 60s. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So his mind, like, there's certain things that you accumulate throughout your life that you just never let go.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you're always gonna see the same way. You know what I mean? Regardless, because there's sweet spots in your life. So when you say that, he's gonna look at the virus like it's nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I remember when I was young that people could walk into a store smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
People smoking a plane, and there's people still with that mind state. You know what I mean? So,
well, let me ask y'all this. I really don't know, Likewise, your political views yet. But I know Reese's, so I'm gonna ask both of y'all this. How do y'all feel about every person that Trump nominated to his cabinet? Well, mostly all of them either was left in handcuffs or in disgrace from his party, and due to his track record, how do y'all feel about his nominations for the Supreme Court?
I'm gonna tell you, there's two things that go on that I look at when I look at Trump. Trump is a leader. But also Trump is not a politician. So when you look at his when you look at his history, I don't think he has the ability to properly select everyone correct they're supposed to be because he's never dealt with
he should have a team, in my opinion, of advise. Well, that's basically what the cabinet is. But if his cabinet don't stay more than 6 months, it's kind of hard to have a relationship with them. You know, to make that educated decision. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing. I think he knows who a lot of these people are. But I don't think he's actually dealt with a lot of them day to day because he's never had to.
Yeah,
he's not a politician.
True. So, but I understand that. But as far as his record on hiring people in his cabinet and then firing them and having them resign and all that, and his choice for the Supreme Court.
Well, yeah, but see, that's what I'm explaining to you. That's what I'm explaining to you. That's going to happen because he's not a politician. It's like you don't know a person. You don't know a person till you live with them.
Okay. Yeah.
And so with that being said, until he puts them in a position to where them to do what they say they're supposed to be doing, and then they don't do what they're doing, or they're doing something different than what he expected, that's what's going to happen.
Come here, Larry. Come here.
Yep. I kind of agree with you on that because I think he only got 2 original people that's left in his cabinet. That's Ben Carson and the lady. What's her name? That's over the schools. I forgot her name, but I think they're the only 2 left from his original cabinet, ain't it? Besides Ivanka, he ain't gonna fire his kids.
Yeah, but that's also after 4 years.
Yeah.
So, and you know, you have to keep in mind. It also depends on what what's needed, because like Trump is actually really going after China. He's going after a lot of other things. You know, dealing with civil unrest in the country, dealing with the COVID virus. So his presidency is constantly evolving to where a lot of other people really just hasn't. I mean, Obama had to deal with pulling the troops out and dealing with the housing crisis, but he never had to deal with the issues that we're dealing with now. He didn't have to really deal with China.
No,
he didn't have to really deal with the war. He didn't have to.
I understand you said he's dealing with China, but for his last year, I know he's been dealing with them for his whole term. You know, trying to make new policy with China. But do you think he would have acted differently if he knew this coronavirus was going to be hitting us this hard? Because starting conflict with different people during a time like this is not a good thing for the United States.
Well, the thing is, he's not starting conflict. What he's doing is like he's just making the playing field more level.
No, not the conflict of like war. What I'm saying is like his plate is already full with the coronavirus, unemployment now, people getting kicked off getting evicted. You know what I'm saying? His plate is full with this pandemic. I'm just saying by pursuing Russia, not Russia, but China and other countries during the time that we need him to pull us together. I don't really think that's a good idea.
But see, the thing is, he has no choice because China will never stop. The coronavirus at some point will pass. A lot of the issues, the civil unrest in this country will pass. But I think with China is never going to stop. It's just not going to happen. So I mean, the coronavirus is the center of a lot of issues in this country. People can debate whether it was the issue of George Floyd, police brutality, but I think at the heart of all this was actual coronavirus, because let's face it. I mean, people were on the edge of civil unrest just based off the coronavirus. You look at what was going on in Minnesota, where people showed up at the courthouses with guns demanding to be let out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the civil unrest is gonna definitely go away at some point in time, but China's not gonna go away. And if things are not put in place, they're gonna take it to us.
Hey, did you live in China? Did you live in China?
No, I've been to China before though.
Oh, I thought you said something. No, that's the Philippines.
He's still there.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that people need to understand is that, I mean, like Trump or not, I think Trump actually has to be reelected just to deal with China. I mean, yeah, because if you're not, I mean, they're gonna take it to us. They're gonna take it to the world. So, with that being said, I mean, Trump's presidency, I mean, it's been what it's been. I mean, it's if anything, it's making a lot of people get into the political realm and understanding what politics are about overall.
It's bringing a lot of attention as well, especially with race.
That's always been there. People are just speaking their mind. People just speaking their mind. That's all it is.
You said people do what now?
It's always been there. People are just speaking their mind.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing different than what was going on 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's just that with the internet, and you have just enough people that see the way that you see it and other people see it to where you can speak your mind. Somebody's gonna have your back. You know?
I mean, yeah, I guess being racist could be a form of speaking your mind.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. For me, honestly, you could be a racist. I don't care. But when you act upon your racism and you try to impose your will from a racist perspective upon somebody, then that's where the problem lies. Okay? That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like you have races of all creeds, colors, and everything. And just because somebody smiles in your face and does business with you and all this other shit doesn't mean that people like you. Doesn't mean that people care about you. Doesn't mean that people want you around them. Okay? But if you are racist, then you know what? Be a racist. That's fine. But when you act upon it and you try to impose that racism upon someone else, then that's where the problem lies.
Stop right there, Vari. Stop right there. Go back in there. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
We got a daycare.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you may go out to a fancy restaurant and eat food, and everybody's smiling and you know, taking care of you, but that doesn't mean that they like you. You know, you look at sports, particularly football, where like you know you've got
I should have did it later.
look at sports, particularly football, and you've got all these different schools. They've got all these coaches, trainers, and conditioners. You think all these cats? Probably not. But you know what? They're at University of Alabama. You know, being a trainer or a conditioner, making $100,000 a year. Of course, you know what I mean. Like so, keep that in mind, man. This world is much different outside of the United States. The United States is a polite country. Okay. Racism here is much different than it is.
And like how we sound in the background.
We ain't too loud, are we?
No, you guys are kind of muffled. You're not real direct, but I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk with some.
Okay. Yeah, but like I was interviewing Mo to see his point of views. Have they changed over the last 4 years? See, because you know he is a Trump supporter, a diehard Trump supporter, and I wanted to ask him, you know, that all the stuff that's going on with Trump campaign, his campaign, his presidency, and everything like that. Has it changed his point of views and to vote for him again? This your question. I'm still
well, like I said, I think that addressing the issue of China is of the utmost importance. So I think that he has to be reelected because the thing is, like, honestly, I don't see anybody that's even electable right now. I just don't. I mean, on either side. I mean, if Trump were to were to step down, I mean, who would replace him on the Republican side? I mean, it's just you know, that's just how bad it is, and that's not anything good because Trump is a president for this time. Trump is not a president 20 years ago. Trump is not necessarily a president 5 years from now because the world will be different. He's a president for now.
I agree with you. That he's the president for now.
Yes.
To me, there's no other option to be the president of now because you got these fucking Democrats. They are the president of the past. They have not done nothing.
I think the whole presidency has been split from the history of time. It's been split down the middle. So don't say the Democrats did anything. It's been split. The only person that we haven't had as a president was an independent.
I know, but who's causing the most trouble right now, man? Who's pushing all this globalism and socialism? Who's pushing all this?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand is
I
that.
like watching the globalists.
Well, here's the thing. What a lot of people don't understand is that socialism and communism will never be an issue in the United States. It's never had to be. Even in the past, it's never had to be, and that's because America was a country that was created. America was created. What the Europeans did everywhere they went, as opposed to in Europe, in other countries, is that where they could, they just simply eliminated anybody that was opposed to them. When they went to Aborigines, they wiped them out. When they went to America, they wiped them out. You know what I'm saying? And so anybody that was opposed to them, they didn't have to consolidate the power. You know what I'm saying? When you look at communism, for the most part, you're looking at people imposing communism upon their own people. Okay? When America was formed, when Europeans came here, they didn't have to impose communism on people. Anybody that they would have to impose communism, they simply wiped out. They eliminated them. They eliminated the Indians, 90% of them. Eliminated them all. When they went to Australia, they eliminated or isolated other people. So communism and socialism will never be an issue here. People are paranoid about it, but when you understand the ideology of communism and socialism, then in certain areas, yes, it is necessary because of the Western powers. Why it actually came about. When you look at Russia, and what they had to go through to become a world power. When you look at China, what they had to go through to become a world power. Had they not went through communism, what would have happened? America would have took over, or Great Britain would have took over. That's why you have the issues of Hong Kong and Shanghai and other places, other things that went on in India, was because they were being colonized by Europeans. Call it what it is. But at the same time, communism is an outdated ideology. But do I understand why communism came about? Yes, I do. Because the thing is, when you look at China, you can say what you want, but you're not doing shit. You are going to respect them. You don't have to like it. Okay? You can say all you want about, oh, they're doing this shit to the Rohingyas and they got 1 million people in there. You know what? You will not create another Vietnam because they're not going to have it. Okay? You look at Russia, same thing. Russia only has 120 million people. That's it. That's it. Russia's very, very small population. You know what? Had they not went through communism and built up the infrastructure and became a world power with the nuclear weapons, what would happen? There would be fucking peasants. We would have took everything from them. Great Britain would have took every fucking thing from them. France would have took everything like they do in Africa. Take every fucking thing from them. So when you look at communism, the people who were the architects of that, they understood what was coming down the pipeline. So you know what? If we don't get our shit together, these people are going to come and take fucking everything from us. America never had to go through that. So when you look at it, just understand that there was a place and time where communism was necessary. Not for America, but for the other countries to maintain what they had. You have to study history, man, and realize what Great Britain and Europeans did around the fucking world, what they did to India, what they did to a lot of other places, man. And America is a sweet spot in this world. But when you look at it, America has no history. That's why it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing. There's very little that Americans can go back and just put set in stone. This is who we are as a people. You really can't, because it constantly evolves. So where you go to Indian culture can go back hundreds, if not thousands of years. Same thing with China. You know, so when you talk about communism and all the shit coming here, no, that's just not going to come here. It's just that people people are stressed here because things constantly change. Every 10 years, we get a reset in this country. Every fucking 10 years on a way of life. I mean, 20 years ago, what did we have? We had cell phones that came in and replaced fucking pagers. And we had fucking, bottled water come in. And then we had the internet. And then we came to cell phones. Then cell phones turned to smartphones. And smartphones turned to the COVID shit, which is changing life here. America constantly changes to where other countries, you go to China, you go to India, they deal with all the same shit here, but their culture and their fundamental emphasis on how they do things has never changed. It's been the same for hundreds of years, and it never will change. So that's why people here in America get paranoid, because as soon as they get in the comfort zone, shit happens. Something changes. And then they're rattled because they don't have Americans don't have a true foundation on a day-to-day, regardless of whether you have money or no, whether you have $1 million or no money. Things constantly change here, and that's what people aren't adapting to. Yeah, we got the COVID. Okay, well, imagine like fucking the shit that motherfuckers in India do, where fucking your whole fucking village might just fucking flood away, or all that shit. Like we're thin skin in this country, very thin skin.
Yeah.
We can't handle a lot of realities on life. That's why we look at television. They have parental advisories.
But you know, my thing is about Trump. I haven't seen him do. I mean, he maybe he can't do nothing without Congress and the Senate, but he surely is promoting division, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion only. But he ain't doing nothing for the minority, as far as positive in my eyes.
Well, here's the thing: it's not the job of a president to do anything for you. The people want to say, okay, well, Obama didn't do shit, and Trump's doing this. No, Trump hasn't did shit. When you hear the issue of Trump, when you hear the issue of Trump, and people saying, well, Trump created all these jobs, Trump hasn't created shit.
Ooh, he ain't on your race.
Okay. When you look at people say, well, the highest unemployment among minorities, people say highest unemployment minorities came under Trump, but it had nothing to do with Trump. That's technology. That's Uber. That's Lyft. That's the fucking internet. That's entrepreneurship. That's everything else. That has nothing to do with Trump.
So it was bound to happen anyway, likewise.
Of course it was, because it's all technology. I mean, basically, if you don't have a criminal record and you know how to drive a car, you got a job.
Well, look. If he's saying that, besides him saying Mexico is going to pay for that wall, if he put in his policy that we're going to try to get some money to do the wall, that would have been a whole bunch of jobs created from the wall alone. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have everybody on board with that idea.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that like okay, when you say creating jobs, that's creating new industries. That's that's basically undoing what a lot of what OSHA was about, and what OSHA was about as far as protecting the environment and stuff. And that's why China has a lot of our jobs, is because we don't want to destroy our country with chemical waste and stuff like that. Okay, so he hasn't. I don't think Trump has really created any jobs. He just hasn't. It's technology. I mean, think about how people work now. It's like, why would I want to go work in a warehouse or some factory selling boxes for $8 an hour, $9 an hour, when I can actually just go and sit in my car and drive this Uber or drive trucks? I mean, plus, you got to keep in mind, like, when you look at Uber, you look at Lyft, you look at Grab, which is the food company.
According to what you just said, though, no president created jobs because they haven't created no new technology or new ideas for the citizens.
No, yeah, most presidents haven't created jobs because it doesn't.
So why do they get the blame if the unemployment go up or down if they don't create nothing? I mean, I thought when a president create jobs, as far as like giving companies deals or giving them tax breaks, that's creating jobs because they ain't sending any jobs overseas because the taxes are so high. If they lower the taxes for the companies so that the companies can hire more people, that's creating jobs. But if that ain't the case,
yeah. But here's the thing, fella, not in this world.
Oh,
okay, because when you look at it's more technology than anything. Okay, because like perfect example, like look at Amazon. Okay, when you look at Amazon and you say, okay, well, we're going to take everything from China and give it to America. Well, 90% of everything that goes through Amazon probably comes from China. So if you cut off China, what's Amazon going to do?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And Amazon is wrong. Amazon, I think, created like what 500,000 jobs last year.
So we targeting. I mean, when I say we, I'm talking about the Democrats is targeting the president for the wrong reasons. Then, because right now, according to you, he ain't in control of nothing but policies that Congress send him anyway.
No, I think Trump is a little bit more debonair than that.
I think that Trump needs to. I mean, if he could motivate us to pull together as a nation and to put all this racism. Not saying he racist, but to pull us together instead of divide us, because some of the shit he say is controversial to the fact that.
But is it racist though?
I mean, not racist per se, but when he's saying like when old girl got ran over by that car in the rally in the protest.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, "It's some good people on both sides."
You talking about Charlottesville?
Yeah. There's some good people on both sides, but the people who came with guns to stop a peaceful protest, I don't really consider them as good people.
Well, the thing is, like I said, Trump is blunt, shrewd, and all that. Okay, so keep that in mind, bro. It's like he's going to tell you what he feels, and that's what I keep saying is that people in the United States are very thin-skinned. If Trump spoke the way he really wanted to speak, people on both sides would be crying.
Good Lord, they will.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you spoke really how you felt, come on now, man. Like, you got to take it off. And that's what I'm saying with Americans. Americans are very thin-skinned on reality of how this world works.
Yes.
And
great. I agree with that.
Yeah, so just you can't.
Here's some points fella making too.
You can't hold them accountable for shit. I'd say Trump. You know what? Go ahead and deal with China. All this civil unrest shit is based on city to city, county to county, state to state.
But when Trump talked about it, he only make it sound like it's the blue cities. But some of these blue cities is ran by red governors.
Well, I'll put it like this. Show me any red city over 50,000 people, over 100,000 people that contributes to the GDP of this country. Any. You can't. Because progression in making money is not based on that. When you become a mayor of a city, you set aside your personal beliefs, and you accommodate the people that are bringing in the money. Okay, it's like you take a city like, let's say, San Francisco. You could be the most devout Christian, but if you're going to be the mayor of San Francisco, you are going to openly support homosexuality. Mm-hmm. In the name of money, okay? Because that's how it works. They're like, you take a city like San Francisco. I think their budget is what, $15 billion a year. So, in the name of money and moving stuff around and controlling the economy, you mean to tell me you're going to turn that away because of your beliefs? Somebody's going to get in there and do what the people need to do. It's not a black and white issue anymore. You know, those cities are global cities, man. Like, these cities really matter for what goes on around the world. That's why you constantly hear certain cities. You constantly hear San Francisco. San Francisco is not even the fucking biggest city in the area. San Francisco is not even part of Silicon Valley. San Francisco is just tech.
Mm-hmm.
You drive 30 minutes, actually 20 minutes from there, and then you hit the biggest city in Northern California, which is San Jose, which has the larger population than San Francisco. That's Silicon Valley. Okay, so people want to say, oh well, these blue cities. Well, I tell you what, tell me a red city that's doing anything. Name me one. Name me one red city that's doing fucking anything. You can't. Because the thing
we talking about me and you on the same page.
Because
I say the same thing.
Because the thing is that people don't understand is that everything is based off of agriculture or trade in this country. You know what I mean? So like that's where the defining lines is. So like if you're in agriculture, then that's generational. If you're in trade could be fucking anywhere. But you look at other cities that people don't even pay attention to. You look at a place like Jacksonville, Florida. You look at a place like Indianapolis, Indiana. Those cities are fucking huge. People don't even know they even exist. Strong economies, strong. In fact, Jacksonville, Florida has more blacks than Atlanta, Georgia. So does Indianapolis, Indiana. People don't even know these cities fucking exist. So Minnesota, people don't even fucking think about Minnesota. Well, you guys do because that's in your area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, people on the West Coast or wherever, people don't think about places like that. Fucking St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? Davenport, Iowa. Those places don't even fucking exist to us. But they're all blue. So, like I said, when people want to say, "Oh, well," like I said, name me red cities that do anything. Name me red cities that are important. You can't, because where you have a red city, as soon as that red city starts to progress, what's going to happen? People that have different ideologies, they're going to migrate there, and then you know what? The politics are going to change to accommodate those people. Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. Those cities are going to accommodate because you know what? You can be the most red city, but when some tech company from India is coming in and he's going to invest $500 million in the infrastructure of your city, you know what? You're gonna have some chicken curry restaurants anywhere fucking he wants you.
So it's a little too late for Trump to change people's minds, or like it's too late for him to change some Democrats' mind to vote for him, huh?
No, because the thing is, like, it's not.
Because if you got your beliefs, and Trump is not talking about what you believe in that much, you ain't gonna jump ship.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, for me, Trump's not very necessarily talking about much when it comes to the American people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Trump is so far detached from the average everyday person that it doesn't make any difference what he says.
So that's why he's throwing doubt with the mail system and the vote. He's throwing a lot of doubt, talking about it ain't as crooked as corrupt, just because he ain't got that many people supporting him. I mean, according to the polls, he don't.
Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't make any difference who supports him or not, because what he does is for the importance of the country, but it's on a bigger scale. You know what I mean? Like talking about, speaking on somebody dying, or speaking on sports, or speaking on racial issues in the country. Whatever he says or does, it's not going to change anything. It's just not.
Yep.
Trump can say love everybody. You think I'm gonna love everybody? Fuck no, I'm not gonna love everybody. Who the fuck are you to tell me if I have to like?
He said I happen to love everybody.
No, I'm just saying, like for Trump, it's not what Trump says for the American people to do. It's just not gonna happen because everybody's reality is different. Everybody has different experiences, bro. It's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the biggest issue with race in this country comes from the amount of access that people have. I mean, when you look at you guys are younger, but I remember before Fox News came on. Like if you want to watch the news, if you want to watch the news, like you had to be home at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. You only had news like 3 or 4 times a day.
All right. Likewise though. You know, you got your business over there. I got to attend to these kids. At 45, I'm gonna cut the video. And then I'll probably take it back up later on. But Reese came over to just show me how to do it and put it together.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? I like your opinion on everything. I agree with most of the stuff you said, but the part that I disagree, I think that well, I don't disagree, but I think if you're right, the president should get blamed for unemployment if he don't have no control over jobs creation.
Well, yeah, we of course, but that's the whole point. Is that like Trump doesn't create jobs. The president doesn't create jobs.
But they all get blamed for unemployment.
Yeah, but yeah, because you know why? Because they also want to take credit when things do go good.
Yeah, they do.
It's just like I'm saying, like everybody wants to harp on the fact that, okay, well, highest unemployment rate amongst blacks under Trump. Trump don't own Lyft. He don't own Gab. He doesn't own Amazon. Keep it real.
Well, in that case, then that goes to the same thing with the governors and the mayors creating jobs, because
no, that's different. That's completely different.
Why?
Because because a mayor or a governor, the governor in particular, let's say in California, the governor can say, you know what, decrease taxes by 20%.
I see where you're going.
And then if he decreases the taxes by 20%, that means that a lot of jobs are going to come to California or leave California. Okay. Yeah. Same thing with the mayor of a city. If I'm a mayor of a city, let's say if I'm the mayor of Detroit, I can say, well, you know what, we have these old abandoned houses over here. I can fly in some investors from India and say, you know what, basically I'll sell you the land at $100 an acre. But you guys have to come in here and you have to build this infrastructure, transfer some of the garment manufacturing from India over here, and you have to hire 60%. You have to hire 60% Americans from the start, and then we'll give you 35% H-1 visas over the next 10 years. What do you want to do? You got the free land. You're going to bring in the taxes. You're going to be able to alleviate some of the issues from shipping your stuff over here. Things are going to get here much faster. Okay, we'll call in Walmart and try to get Walmart to give you a contract for manufacturing their T-shirts right here and there. That's what a mayor can do. That's what city council can do. And who benefits? Everybody benefits. All that barren land, all the infrastructure in Chicago and fucking, particularly in Detroit. That's easy. Why can't it work?
We got a lot here too that's abandoned. We got a lot of fucking houses. That's.
No, I'm not talking about housing. I'm talking about manufacturing. Houses don't mean anything. People are going to have a roof over their heads. Having a house is not going to put money in your pocket. People need work. People need to account for their time. You can sit in your house all goddamn day. You ain't gonna make no money. But you can go to work for 8 hours and come back and sit in your house and have money. See what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. That's what America do. That's even what city council can do. Simple shit. The president cannot do that. The governor cannot do that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I gotta go, man. I got people in the office.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
All right, likewise. We holler, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the stream.
All right, everybody, we gonna get out of here. All right, this was Reese, Maurice Delt, and his interview that was hijacked by Likewise. They point of views on Trump and the way the world is going right now. This wasn't a debate, but next video is going to be a debate. I'm gonna open the panel up to everybody. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
You're gonna see how easy it is.